Hey everybody, I'm making a video update. We just got a Glock 24 long slide 40 caliber. We're here in Smyrna about to go check out Glock services. Purchased this gun in like new condition, and it's got Vickers night sight, Vickers tactical sights, and a Ameriglow front night sight. I'm about to go get the steel guide rod that's in this thing out for a factory one. That way I have the factory one and the steel one. And we're going to remove the rear sight and the front sight with factory ones, so I have the factory ones. I might end up putting the front sight on back later, but somebody, I don't know if you can see this, there we go, you can kind of see it a little bit at this angle, how they boogered up the Vickers U sight, and I want that fixed with some adjustable sights. I might put it on maybe a 19 or a police trade-in later on, don't know, but we're about to find out how Glock services work. Okay, we're back from try 2 with the Glock factory. First time we went in, we ended up forgetting our license, so we were denied access. So if you ever go to the Glock factory in Smyrna, Georgia, make sure you have your ID. Also, you might want to have it to drive. But took my Glock 24 in for service. She told me it was 45 minutes on my wait time. She literally come out in 34 minutes, so that's outstanding. I'm not going to tell you what kind of surprises you get whenever you go to the factory, but I'm going to tell you right now, they got some pretty cool goodies they give you at the front gate whenever you're getting your visitor's badge. I would have filmed the facilities, but I'm not sure if I could or not, so I just didn't even bother with asking because, one, I'm not a professional cameraman, and two, I just felt awkward if I was talking to myself. But I asked them to replace all the parts that were not factory. When I purchased this 24, it had Ameriglow night sights on the front and Vickers on the back. Whoever installed the Vickers was not that intelligent of a person or that adequate of a gunsmith. But just looking right here, I can see that they replaced a spring, and they replaced my guide rod spring. They replaced my pin right there. There's my old sights in there. But let's see what they did. I'm not going to show you all the paper, but I just got here and got out of the car, so let's see. Service part, Glock 24, not reading you my serial number. Okay, they replaced the firing pin spring, 24 in silver. They replaced my recoil spring with a G17 22 31 37 ASSY, and that part number would be 5977. They replaced my sight with an adjustable rear sight. I asked for that one because I remember, if I remember correctly, the firearm come with that originally when they were new. That number is 6956. The front sight was also replaced. Its number is 427. They replaced the trigger housing pin. That part number is 77. And the firing pin safety, ASSY, and then exclamation marks, small. Exclamation marks. Need to go back to English, Matt. But right off the bat, when I pick her up, you can see right there, factory sights. No silver pin right there with the trigger assembly. They replaced it. Gun looks pretty much like I left it with them. Alright. Okay, off camera I broke it down there to look at the insides. I did not ask them to clean it. There are no markings of any kind that look like before I left it with them, kind of like them scratching it, anything like that. There was that little small divot right here. I have no idea what that was from whenever I purchased it, and apparently it's not a big deal because I asked him about it. But here is my factory guide rod spring. Looks like it scratched my barrel up a little bit. Ooh, she's dirty. I need to clean her. Probably should have asked him to clean it. But you can see in the... Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. You can see the guide rod spring scratch the barrel, the OEM guide rod spring. Let me polish that on my pants here and see if it goes away. Looks like it kind of went away, so I'm guessing a little light oil will get it off. The guide rod spring, you can see there, has a little, some kind of powder on it. But looking at the inside, I mean, no new scratches, but it does need cleaned. Here is all the non-factory components that they removed from the firearm. If I can get the glare of the sun off of it. There's the pin. You can see the bottom of the Vickers sights right here, where somebody put, looks like Loctite or glue on them. But I don't know, whoever had put those on there, they only had one screw. It looks like they lost a screw and then they tried gluing it in place. There's honestly no telling when you buy secondhand firearms, but this one looked good enough. For the price, I mean, I couldn't really pass this one up, with it being a Glock 24 and being pretty rare, in my eyes anyway. I never see too many of these. But while you were off camera and I did a little cutscene there, kind of hard for me to film one-handed and do this, but I put the steel guide rod back in it. I'm pretty fond of steel over polymer, and maybe later I may replace the front sight back with the AmeriGlow, but I really like the adjustable Glock sights. I know there's some better ones out there, but till I get enough money saved up for my little project here, those are going to stay. This is probably going to become one of my hunting slash target competition pistols. I'm going to do a lot of chronograph tests with 357, 9mm, and 40 cal ammo, and I figured a 6-inch barrel would be pretty a good standard for testing the foot-pounds of muzzle energy and the velocities of projectiles with a 6-inch barrel. But one thing they did was, when they replaced my firing pin spring, I got to noticing that my trigger pull went up significantly. It is now back to pretty much a stock Glock trigger is what it feels like. It might be a shade under a regular trigger pull, but I'm pretty sure it's about 5 pounds, 4 to 5 pounds now. And that's the Glock 24 for you, and how Glock service went. Glock's an awesome company. Don't hesitate to buy one. Have a blessed day and a great year.